This week in Women in Sports, the icy connection between two powerhouse Minnesota teams. Caitlin Clark makes it to Sportico's highest paid female athletes list for the first time, how she compares to other athletes. And history for the Minnesota State Mavericks. I spoke with the women's soccer team on their incredible season so far. Thanks for joining us. I'm Marielle Mohs, and here at WCCO, we are celebrating the highlights of female athletes in this new digital segment we called Women in Sports. We'll share news stories with you every week right here as we do our part to give these athletes the recognition they deserve. The Minnesota Frost season started earlier this month, along with their journey to defend the Walter Cup. And as I found out, part of the success of this team is that many of them are products of the same great college hockey team, the Minnesota Gophers. Being on the ice with this team is a natural fit for Mira Ulosua.
I got extremely lucky with my college choice, like coming to Minnesota, the state of hockey.
Originally from Finland, she came to the University of Minnesota to play D1 in 2009, helping the Gophers to 2 NCAA championships. In 2018, she represented her home country of Finland at the Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, where they took home bronze. Ending her playing career on that high note, but not done with hockey or Minnesota. Her coaching career started to blossom.
I didn't even think about when I was in Finland that I could make money or I could make a living by being a hockey coach. So just staying here and doing what I love, it's unreal.
She's worked with every age level on the ice, from youth, high school, and college to this moment now, coaching the first ever pro women's hockey league and many former Gophers like Kelly Panic.
She brings a really cool energy where again, she has that credibility with players because she's been a player. She knows what it's like.
Mira feels the winning mentality is something that lives in all products of the Gopher women's hockey program.
I think that we have very similar expectations. So obviously when you play for the Gophers, nothing is good enough besides winning the Frozen Four, so winning the national title. So I think that the standard expectations is already up there.
Mira has made Minnesota home and is raising her family here, proud that her son is growing up in a world of accomplished female athletes all around him.
In 5 years, when I'm going to ask, hey, who is your favorite player, it's going to be a female name. So I'm just extremely proud to be part of this league and be a good role model for my son and also for other youth players.
She certainly is a role model, and despite losing in overtime in their home opener, the Frost continue to be the best team in the league so far this season. They've won their last 2 games, and they've scored a league high so far of 7 goals. Their next game is on Thursday against Ottawa at the X. If you're heading to that game, you'll be able to enjoy a beer for a cause. Assistant captain and Minnesota native Kelly Panic launched a new brew with Minneapolis's Fulton Brewing called Been There, Won That. The ale celebrates Panic's 4-title athletic career, winning Olympic gold, an IIHF Women's World Championship, a PWHL Walter Cup, and an NCAA Division I National Championship. A portion of the proceeds will go to Mosaic Hockey Collective, a Minnesota nonprofit focused on building an inclusive hockey community and empowering players of color. Over to the Gopher women's hockey team, as 2 of the players have been named WCHA Weekly Winner Awards. Redshirt senior forward Abby Murphy and freshman defender Chloe Primorano are the second pair of Gophers to earn conference honors this season. More awards for the Gophers. 4 volleyball players were named to the AVCA All-Northwest Region team earlier this week. All 4 will be up for All-American honors, which will be announced during the Final Four next weekend in Louisville, Kentucky. The Gopher women's basketball team is currently getting ready to face Prairie A&M next week, but over the weekend it was a heartbreaking loss for the Gophers against Nebraska. They fell 65-84, but that game meant more for a current Gopher who transferred from that school. I caught up with Annika Stewart on what it felt like leading up to that game. It's easy for Annika Stewart to be comfortable on this court. She's spending her 5th and final year of college ball with her hometown team and players she grew up with.
Now just being on the inside and growing the relationships, it's been truly amazing. And now it's a family.
Big Ten Women's Basketball Tournament.
Last time she played at home was for the Nebraska Huskers in the Big Ten Tournament Finals against Caitlin Clark and the Iowa Hawkeyes to a sold-out Target Center.
That was incredible. Just an amazing atmosphere and to be home.
After an injury slowed down the start of her senior year at Nebraska, she knew she wanted to opt for one more season.
I just realized I wasn't done. And then I saw Minnesota and what they had, and I was like, yeah, let's do it.
With the Gophers, she's had a season high of 18 points in a so far undefeated season, connecting on the court with her new teammates and with head coach Don Plitzowite.
I just am soaking in every moment, just trying to stay present. And Coach P really harps on enjoying the precious present.
Stewart is prepping to face her former team, but she isn't worried about it. It's only tough when she's the one in the stands.
I had some deep-rooted Husker in me when I was at football games and volleyball.
Well, it's been an incredible year for Caitlin Clark, and now the 22-year-old basketball phenom has been named Times Athlete of the Year. Clark broke records in her final year with the Iowa Hawkeyes, and then again as a WNBA rookie with the Indiana Fever. She also helped fill arenas around the country and drove up viewership numbers for women's basketball. Time asked her to define her year in one word. Clark said, quote, historic. But that's not all. The basketball sensation was also featured on the list of Sportico's highest paid female athletes. This was her first time making the list, and she came in 10th. And in case you're wondering, U.S. tennis star Coco Gauff topped the list for the second year in a row, earning, get this, $30.4 million for the year. Something is certainly in the water down in Mankato as several of their teams are making historic postseason runs this year. First, both their men's and women's basketball programs. Now their football team is still alive in the postseason, and their women's soccer team. I spoke with the women's soccer team who are making the Division II semifinals for the first time. A penalty kick shootout victory for the Mavericks advances them to the semifinals for the first time in program history. They took out Grand Valley State 2-1 in a nail-biting finish.
And I think it's so awesome to be able to do something that's never been done.
Junior Jade Jackson is part of the fabric of this successful team here at Minnesota State University. The talent is there. They have the Conference Defensive Player of the Year on their roster and a goaltender with a 94% save rate. Jackson, though, credits their success to team chemistry.
And it's not just, oh, we're a team and we play soccer together. That's not it. Like, we're best friends. We hang out together on the weekends when we don't have soccer. It's just like, it's like a family.
This team has just kind of gone above and beyond, anything that we've had here.
This is head coach Brian Ball's 12th season with the Mavericks. He feels every tough win this team earned gave them the experience they will need to take on #1 seed Columbus State in the semifinals this Friday.
We've been building brick by brick a foundation throughout the entire season, and every game is a part of that foundation building process.
The University of North Carolina took home their 23rd Division I national title. They're the most decorated women's soccer team, but this is the first time they've won since 2012. And get this, 2 Minnesotans helped them earn the crown. Orono goalkeeper Claire Gagne was named Most Outstanding Defensive Player with 3 saves in the championship game. And Edina's Maddie Dahlin, a star forward for the team who scored 3 goals in the semifinal game that got them to this point. Congrats, ladies, you are making Minnesota proud. Outdoor spaces in Minnesota have suffered from a lack of diversity. A group called Outdoor Latino Minnesota is working to change that. Skiing lessons like this over the weekend are just one example of that. Photojournalist Ari Mendoza took us to Three Rivers Park in Maple Grove.
Glad you guys are all here. All right, we're gonna do a little cross-country skiing today.
What I like about the event is that you don't even have to be good you don't even have to be good at skiing, but you can still enjoy skiing. And it's just really lovely to enjoy skiing and like getting outside of the house in the winter. Falling and making mistakes is just part of learning. And if you fall, that just means that you're actually trying. We're just so lucky and thankful for Three Rivers and Outdoor Latino to help us here.
It's a huge community event. It's just about people getting outside and having fun, recreating and just enjoying the outdoors. We're Minnesotans, let's take full advantage of Minnesota winter, right? We got everybody else enjoying the cross-country ski trails. We have 2 kilometers of trails open right now.
It was fun.
It was super fun?
Good.
Yeah.
You fall?
A little bit.
We have to fall to get good, right?
I like the hill when you're going really fast. down. It just feels nice.
I love that there's people from all around the community here. There's a little bit of everybody, and it's a great way to come together and do something for our Minnesotan culture, but with people from all kinds of cultures.
Okay, let's go on the trail.
You did it, you're in the tracks. Good job, honey, good job. Oh my gosh. Bend your knees, good job. Good ball.
Love that story. What a good opportunity. And if you want to learn more about Outdoor Latino Minnesota, we'll have that information posted on this story on our website. Thanks for watching this week's Women in Sports. We'll be back with more great stories next week. I'm Marielle Mohs.